What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Bag Boys. Right, I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode of the KOS Nights, which is King of the Street. We had a lot of fun filming, and we're looking forward to maybe doing another episode in future again. But yeah, that was the first trial run, so I promise the next episode will be a bit better. But I won't get into too much of that right now. You guys will just see in future. Anyway, so today we're not getting into a specific car like a Beams episode or whatever the case may be, but there is a lot of catching up to do on the work around the shop. Firstly, I just want to talk about the Sentra you saw in the intro cinematics. This is a DE swap box shaped Sentra. The car came in for door locks, so only the passenger door worked, the fuel door didn't work, the boot and the rest of the doors. And yeah, so we ended up taking the door locks out. What happened is there was actually overspray on all of the doors, and then the driver's door lock didn't work at all. Apparently it's a common issue on these cars. And in the boot lock, the car was in a rear smash, so the boot lock was completely mangled up. So I ended up cutting off the boot lock and welding a new bracket on that holds the lock. Let me actually go show you guys now. Tambongs is busy washing the car, but I'm sure I won't be in his way. As you can see, soft as OEM. The boot, so that function didn't work at all. And then inside here you can see we still need to color match it. We'll come back for that. But this is the lock that we put on here. Let me just take this one out the way. You can see I just welded this brace on here again so that this is solid. So now everything's working as it should. I see there's actually a leak in this man's boot. I need to tell him about that because it's wet here. Anyway, so that was the Sentra. I'm sure they want to see the engine bay as well, no? Very unsuspecting.
I think they will be surprised.
Yo, every person that walked in the shop literally said, yo, nice, no, neat. It's a neat GA. Open the bonnet. Yo. But I'll show you guys now. You'll see now.
I think it's time to reveal what's under the bonnet.
Yeah. Can I open it with this thingy open? Let's see. Okay, let's just put it down. Here you go. Roller rocker. So DERR. Yeah, roller rocker set up in the car with a dictator management. Heavy sleeper. Heavy sleeper. I think you'd be quite surprised taking this car and the rover. But it's still got 13-inch wheels as well. So this owner's just interested in keeping the car as neat as possible. I don't think he's going to modify it too much. But I'm sure we'll see more of the car in future. He seems quite happy with the work that was done on the car. Anyway, so first things first, I want to get some life into this Vauxhall standing here. I think it deserves it, guys. Don't you think so? I think so. A bitchy something, man. So the bags for the car is laying in the boot. The front bags, we're just going to get that fitted. And maybe just jack up and see how low it actually goes and how the fitment is like. And then the rear bags, we have a plan in place. It's quite different to normal bags, but I'll show you guys again what the strut actually looks like. In fact, let's go over now and I'll show you guys quickly. So here you can see, just come down here, inside here, you can see the shock body. It mounts with this bracket, right? So the spring actually sits between here. So normally your spring sits on the top of the shock. This one sits at the bottom. And so now you can see why it becomes quite difficult just to throw bags on here. But yeah, we're all working on something. I still need to do the lines and the switches and stuff like that. I've got a couple things lying in the car that needs to be fitted. So yeah, let's get into some work on this and then we'll switch over to the beams and we'll see later on in the video what else we get up to. You guys will probably know from the title of the thumbnail more than I do about what's to come in the video. So anyway, let's get to work. Alright, Imi, what are we doing today?
So we're first waiting for the Sentra to move so we can pull the bakkie in so we can bring all the compressor and the
So I'm the delay basically.
Well, yes. Not really, because this was in the plan to wash this thing first to get the work out.
Yes,
You
yes,
need to
yes.
get the cars out, you need to start on the beams, you need to do the voxel.
Okay,
And then,
so where you starting with the bakkie, right?
okay, so
Okay.
we spray this bakkie and we're just lamping it so that we can flatten polish it so the bakkie can leave today.
So was this the first time you sprayed the bakkie?
No, there was a bit of fish eyes, so we had to obviously do it over.
So you weren't happy with the quality the first time?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So it's looking 100%. This whole fender was knocked in.
Oh yeah.
Repaired it.
I don't think we
and-
recorded that, but yeah, you guys can see it's like very straight at the moment.
Yes.
So okay, fish eyes, you're gonna flatten polish.
Yeah, so it's flat and polish. So we're gonna flat and polish the fender and clay and polish this whole bakkie.
Oh.
So this bakkie need to leave today. And then the squid over here is also in for the door repair here. Because this whole door was also in and we managed to get it nice. So
So this was like a PDR job.
no, not a PDR. It couldn't be safe because it was, you know, there's limitations to PDR and
Yeah.
we can only like push it as straight as possible and then we put some body filler in there, very minimal, to get the best finish. So we're gonna put body filler on here today, primer, and then the ST outside and the up as well.
Okay, so what's a ST? I think I showed him earlier, but this is like a full transformation,
It's
no?
a full respray kit.
Okay.
So you're gonna put, you obviously, basically now you're gonna put coilovers in.
I don't think I mentioned it to them, but we were supposed to put coilovers in the car. It needs a control arm, it needs a tie rod in. And then we were gonna put wheels on, but Mark was forward because he wanted to sell the wheels. So the wheels is the transformation wheels are already on the car before we sprayed it.
Yeah.
But this is a full respray name.
Yeah. Like here, we're gonna repair this dent here. That dent over there, there's another dent on that side, and then yes, it's a full respray.
Okay.
As well as this up.
Yeah, this up's pretty bad, bro.
Yeah, this thing was little banged up.
Okay, so you guys straightened it already.
Yes, so this car's also gonna get primer today. And the good thing is gonna be lekker 33 today, so.
All the paint can bite you outside,
Yes,
no?
you
Lekker.
understand.
Less electricity for us to use. Oh, by the way, we didn't say it.
You didn't say that.
Yeah, guys, we got electricity again. Huh? The struggle is over. We are back.
And it feels, it's a privilege to have electricity.
Yeah, it feels. You know what? No, load shedding is one thing, but imagine 2 weeks without it. It feels new to us.
Oh yeah, and this bumper.
Oh, you're doing this now also?
Prepped already. We just need to put color on. And there's another Daihatsu bumper. that we
Okay.
need to finish.
So as you guys can see, Imraan has an incredible amount of work. I think you still have 2 cars coming in today as well, no? 3 cars. So yeah, there's a lot to do, guys. I will include some cinematics. Well, not me, but Amin will include some cinematics of Imraan's car. And Imraan's
My
car.
car is for sale.
Oh yeah!
For sale.
Guys, the Mark 3 is for sale. You guys seen the car before. There's the engine standing. So the head gasket is blown on the engine.
The head gasket is blown and I think the head needs to be skimmed.
Yeah.
But I just want the car gone to pay my warrants.
Yeah, that's life. That's life, bro.
So yeah, I'm not like some guys, I'm not gonna mention brands or names that the prices is there and it's an old car. So I want 8,000 for the car. It's fair. It's fair.
It's got
You know what I'm
coilovers
saying?
in. There's nothing wrong with the car. We did a lot of suspension stuff. There's new CVs on. It's literally
All the
just
suspension. You did everything.
You can literally just take the head off the block and send the head for scheming. Send the block for scheming. Get everything checked and put the engine in, and then you'll have a driving car. Is it this up to date?
Yeah.
The license is up to date,
The
the
car
papers
was
up to
done
date.
over by professionals in Broad Islands. Was very light in petrol.
Oh, the carburetor.
Was very
Yeah.
light in petrol.
Okay, so there, yeah, if you guys are interested, you know, both of our numbers are always at the bottom of the video. I think we can get into our work now, no? Put a bit of music on and get the vibe.
Let's cut the chit chat.
Cut the chit chat or the jabber jabber. Say, alright.
Let's get back into it.
Talk later.
Don't need to be
only right if it's SR20. Respray. So when you take the handles off, the mirrors and all of those things, you know, so we don't get overspray, so it can be a bit finish. Yeah. Doing proper work. Of course, my king.
Right guys, so as you saw, I just got BERTIE inside now. Just a small segue from the video, but the bakkie needs a little bit of work. I'll explain to you guys what happened. So after Saturday night's racing, I was on my way home at like 3:30 in the morning, driving at about 90, going over a green robot, and there was actually a drunk driver that jumped a red robot, and he was going well over 100 and almost T-boned me on the side of the bakkie. I literally almost lost my life, so it was very, very scary. But besides that, I was able to I tapped on the brake at first, realized that if I brake, I'm going to be hitting this car directly, and then I just decided, okay, put my foot flat on the accelerator, and I just whooped the steering wheel as hard as possible to the side, so basically swerving away from him to try and make the gap bigger for me to try and get past. It worked. As you see, I'm still alive, the bakkie's still okay, but there was a little bit of wreckage, I don't know. But yeah, so after that happened, I heard a sound on the bakkie, and I thought that the tire had actually debeaded. That's how hard I actually ripped the wheel to the side. But it wasn't the tire. The shock that I welded up for the bakkie, the welds had actually broken loose on the shock. And then I ended up welding it yesterday morning again, so the wheel is straight once again and on properly. I added some extra welding as well for safety. But besides that, I am hearing there's a sound on the front suspension. It sounds like something's loose on the top hat assembly. So I'm just gonna take out quickly what's inside here and just have a look at what the noises are. And then the leaf springs are also making a noise. So when you flip your leaf springs, the spring that gets flipped is now facing in the wrong direction. So the one is facing down like that, and the other one is bent up like that. So this bent up part actually goes underneath the chassis at a certain point, and now it's tapping on the chassis like that. So all you do is you slip a rubber over the leaf spring, and then it stops that sound from happening. But I'll show you guys in a little bit. So anyway, let's get into some work quickly. I'm just going to take the shock out and let's see what the damage is here. Sharp. So this is the camber plate that goes inside of the bakkie. Underneath here you see these 4 screws. that was actually loose on this side. So I went ahead and just tightened with the Allen key, and I did change the assembly of the suspension slightly because it was a bit noisy. As I keep mentioning to you guys, this bakkie is the trial and error for this coilover that I'm building. So yeah, we are getting it to a point where it's noise free and handling nicely. So yeah, I'm just gonna tighten these 4 down, put the top hat back in, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I changed on the top hat assembly. So the first thing, I've got the sleeve out here now. I only had 1 ring on here because I was trying to get max lows, but I see that we've got over enough lows on the bakkie. So first thing I'm doing is just adding back the locking ring, because I did notice that the suspension was lowering itself as I'm driving, because when you turn the wheel, the spring turns on here and it ends up just lowering itself slowly. So now I'm gonna add the locking ring back in to prevent that from happening. Okay guys, and then I'm adding this plastic ring back in here to go between the adjuster ring and the spring to prevent noise as well. So let me just get this back in the shock. So this is the top hat that I'm going to put in the bakkie now. This is what was in there. It was like modified to fit and whatever, but it's very noisy and clunky and whatever. So I'm putting this in. I just need to drill this hole big enough to allow for the whole shock to pass through here. I see this one's already been drilled, and this one's also been drilled. I need one that is unballisted. I need a fresh one. Oh yes. Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of sleeve installs, guys. There's a whole lot of this. And then I need a plastic, so I can use this plastic as well. These 2 drilled ones can just go in the scrap box. Alright, so I'm just going to drill this one out. So there you can see I got the sleeve back on there now. Let me just put the spring in here. Okay. I already locked these 2 rings together, but I see it's going to make it difficult now. Okay. Broken loose. Just bring it down so I can bring the spring down so I can put the top hat out. Obviously you guys know the proper way to do this is to take everything out. But I'm familiar with the suspension. I've been in here a couple of times, and I just find this to be a bit quicker because I do need to continue on customer work today, so I don't really have a lot of time to faff around on my own vehicle. So okay, there I got the top hat on. If you come down in here, you can see it's going past the shock. So it's just cupping the spring nicely with another rubber in between there. So it should be nice and quiet. So yeah, that's in there now. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our top hat on the top again. So let's just do that.
Those guys are the pro with the suspension.
Yeah, I'm so used to it. As you guys will see, I didn't even make markings on this to show me where the camber plate was, because I already know how I had it before. Just go as straight as possible. And then there you go. The bakkie still needs to go for alignment, but I knew that I would have to take it out a couple of times, and so I didn't want to waste money on going for alignment and then doing it over and over and over. Yeah, let's just switch this thing to number 2 because it breaks everything. So now I just got the jack underneath the control on here. Just gonna jack the center of the shock through the top hat here. You can see Armin van Byron.
You must stop for that, no?
But that's your surname?
Van Byron.
Yes, Armin van Byron. You're a Muslim Armin van Byron.
Yes, yes. Like to talk nonsense.
Check at this movement, bro. With the foot, huh? How do you like them at all? That is now qualified. People talk about qualified, they talk about that.
He's just lying to himself.
Nice.
Raees,
Yes.
now a man can start on a clean slate, man. Here's the golf gone again. Now I can pay my
we
warrant.
just said in the video.
Yeah.
The golf just sold now, guys, so it's gone already.
With coilovers, everything, it's gone.
Where's the motor? You take... Oh, this gun is dangerous, man.
You say that thing.
It broke one of the nuts, the wheel nuts.
Yo.
I mean, I tighten this wheels with the power bar. And it breaks it loose without breaking it loose.
You shush.
With one touch. Yeah, let me just keep this wheel on.
You say you must have license to use it.
Yeah, no. You must go to a shooting range to practice also and alles bro. The bakkie should be a bit higher in front now because the top at assembly is longer. Yeah, it's definitely higher as well, which is good.
What is this man doing?
Listening to it. Okay, so that's the fronts. I also said I'm going to sort the backs out, so let's do that quickly. Just want to check with the power bar. The bit loss. Let's always check with it. No?
Double check.
Awesome. Check once, twice, thrice.
Safety third.
Safety third, bro. Guys, we say safety third, but we don't mean safety third. Okay.
Safety is always first.
Safety is first.
Right, Bash?
Yeah, the elevator shot for it.
Hey, yeah, it's our God. Can we just go Bash's coffee, please? I think it will be life changing for you. Oh, yeah, the Golf is gone. So now we can put the Mazda in the corner. So I hope you guys are still interested in seeing that car. You must let me know down below in the comments. Alright guys, so this is the leaf springs, right? As you can see, this leaf here, it's touching against the body on the top here. So all that I do is I take a G-clamp and I'm going to clamp it down. So let me just try and get this clamp in here quickly. So this is not a permanent solution. What I need to do is actually get a rubber bolted. But I'm just going to G-clamp it and put a rubber inside here. So let me just do that and I'll show you guys what it looks like after. The rubber I just put in between the spring and the body. So it should be noise free now. Okay, done with BERTIE. Let's get to other work. Done with BERTIE. Let's get to other work.
Imo, what do you have to say?
Bye, baby.
Goodbye, golf. To better things. Here we go. You know the vibes.
Action! Okay, so I'm about to get together all the parts that I need to put the bags in. I know you guys probably saw in the... I mean, what did we record in the last time? I did put the bag in there, eh?
Yeah, you test fitted it for them.
Yeah, but that was like a test fit, like a mock-up to see if everything else fits. Right now, what I'm working on is getting the bearing inside of the top hat to work properly with the bag, right? So if you're not interested in this, you can go ahead and skip forward to the cinematics. But I thought before I do cinematics, I just want to explain to you guys what I'm doing. So here I've got a, this is a part of a top strut bearing, right? Normally your spring will sit, this would sit there, and this bearing then goes there, right? So that means this bearing can turn freely. So when your wheel turns, the bearing stays still like that, right? And then you would have your top hat and it mounts to the car. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm making sure that the bag, this bag here, is able to ride on the bearing. So when this shock turns, it turns like I showed you now with the spring. So all I've done is I've got some parts that I put together here, but this is basically the top of that bag. Let me just show them where it goes so you can understand a bit better. This mounts to the top here. You can see the bag is open, so it goes on in there, right? So I've got the tops, and then I got this assortment of metal that's going to be welded to the top now. So that goes there and that goes there, and that is just to raise this centerpiece up for my bearing to sit on. So this is not actually the one I'm going to use. I can put one side. I bought brand new bearings to go on there, so that sits on there once it's all welded together. and then the top strut would go over everything like that. So that way the top strut can spin freely from the bag setup. And that's actually going to cause for no binding or twisting of the bags, and your O-rings is also going to last longer because it has somewhere comfortable to ride on. So I have obviously removed the O-rings from here. When I'm done with everything, when I put the O-ring in, I'll show you guys where it goes and what it's for. But for now, I'm just going to weld everything together, get it sprayed and cleaned up, and then we can move over to putting it on the bag, and you'll get a better picture of what I'm trying to put together. So let's go over to the cinematics of the welding, and then checking out with you guys in a couple of minutes. Safe.
I don't think you listen, you listen. I don't think you listen. For me to come out, it must mean I'm not the dog. It must mean I'm not the same. It must mean I'm on your case. For me to come out, it means that I'm not the dog. I want to show you my world. Give me one break, I need faith. Let to believe, let to receive. Give me something I'm not. I don't need love. You are my everything. Only me.
So yeah. Okay, let me just show you. So that's the top pads now with all the parts welded to it. I just put it on there because I don't want anything wiggling around on the suspension. I said I was going to show you where the O-ring goes. So that's the O-ring. It slides in here, right? So I won't do it now because it's going to be difficult to do it while I'm trying to speak to you guys. But basically, this one is in here already. You take a little bit of grease, right? Small little bit of grease. Doesn't have to be a lot. And just make sure the O-ring is properly seated. This one is not, so I'm not going to put it on yet. Okay, so then it just goes on here. As you can see, the bag has a rubber that sticks up from there. So that rubber seals against the top of this plate, or the bottom of the plate rather. Put a little grease on just to help it get on here easier, because you don't want to damage this O-ring. So you want to try and be as cheap. Oh my word. Nice. So it just pops in, eh? Okay, so you want to try and be as gentle as possible. So yeah, I'm just going to get both on. But anyway, so that's the concept. It's on there now. This bearing only goes till there, and the top strut goes on the top. And then once the bag is collapsed, you can see here, it rides completely on the bearing. So yeah, cool. Let me get it assembled and thrown in the car. Back to the cinematics. By the way, I saw that comment. But anyway, that's as much as I can fit in a 30-minute video for you guys. We did run out of time on this episode of Bag Boys. You guys saw that we got the bags finally fitted on the front of the Vauxhall. Okay, we did one side, but I'm going to do the other side now off camera. And I'm about to switch over to the beams again to fit the gearbox after. As you can see, Ibis Media's Ballard is in here. So next episode, there is a couple of things that I'm going to be including for you guys. Like I said, we ran out of time for today. What's so funny, guys? Nah, because the camera would like to know what the joke is as well. Oh, okay. Sorry, sir. Okay, all bang for the camera. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in once again, and I hope you enjoyed the video. What guy, Namin?
Not gonna thank them for 6K.
And thank you for 6K, 6K subscribers, all 6,000 of you, thank you very much. And the other 10,000 that's watching, please press subscribe for me, like the video and comment down below. For now, Bag Boys me out, peace.